Before I start, I will just mention quickly that I did accidentally step on a rake Halloween day. And just like the old-timey cartoons, that mother bitch came up and hit me directly in the forehead.
So I decided I wanted to try and do something helpful for my mom. So I went out to the garage to go and try and find a ladder. When I went out into the garage to try and find said ladder, I stepped on a rake. What happened when you stepped on the rake, you might be asking? Judging by this fucking goosebump on my head right here, you can probably guess what happened with the rake.
So we're not going to be doing a full beat today because, like, I have a head injury. So without further ado, let's do this. What is up, friendships? Welcome to my channel. My name is Jo. How you doing? God, I'm such a fucking over-talker. I hope everybody had a great Halloween. I hope you were all safe.
I did accidentally step on a rake.
Hope you all stayed 6 feet apart at least. And I hope nobody got up to any crazy shenaniganeries. And if you did, I hope they were good shenaniganeries. Big thank you and welcome back to all of my subscribers. And a huge thank you to everybody who has been reaching out to me in like DMs and comments and everything like that, and through my other various social medias. I have a Twitter now, telling me, you know, different ways to try and improve my videos, my editing, everything like that, telling me that they're liking the improvements that I'm making. Thank you all so much for all the amazing comments and critiques and criticisms. I'm really enjoying what I'm doing, so again, thank you very much. And thank you to the individual who asked me to do kind of like a life series sort of thing. It kind of gave me this idea that I wanted to tell the story of my ex-best friend, who I'm going to be calling the bitch. Now, the bitch really screwed me over in just like the most gorgeous ways that I could ever possibly imagine. And it led to actually one of the most amazing comebacks I have ever come up with in my entire life. It may have taken me a couple of weeks to come back with the comeback, with the message that, you know what, we're gonna get into the story and it's all gonna make sense. So, I mean, sit back, relax, grab something to drink. I have a coffee because we're going to be getting ready, and I mean, what goes better than a getting ready video than coffee? There's nothing better than coffee. I don't care who you are. If you can't read it because of my light, it says, "Coffee, the finest organic suspension ever devised. I beat the Borg with it." I love Captain Janeway. If you are interested in seeing my most embarrassing story of my entire life, it involves me meeting one of the crew members of Star Trek Voyager. I'll link it down below. I got you. Watch over me, Janeway. So I'm going to be doing a get ready with me while I tell you the story of the bitch. Mainly because the story of the bitch is a very long story and it takes me a long time to get ready. So I figured those two things would go together quite well. Also, nobody come for my beauty blender. My dog got to it. It was a whole thing. I highly doubt anybody will be interested in what products I'm using, but if anybody is, leave a comment down below and I can answer you. Like, to be honest, even when I'm watching like Get Ready's with me, I have a head injury. Even when I'm watching Get Ready With Me's kind of videos, oh my. Even when I watch the Get Ready With Me videos, I don't really look at the products that all the people are using. I more just kind of like watch the transformation happen. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I find the best place to start a story is at the beginning. So, the way that I met the bitch is when I first started going to university. I went to university straight out of high school, so I was 18 when I first started going to university. I spent 3 semesters or a year and a half living in a town away from the university I was going to. Now, the city that I live in, it has like little towns around it that are pretty close to the city, around 15-20 minutes, 30-ish minutes away, depending on traffic. If the weather is bad, and I live in Canada, so the weather is often bad, it can be over an hour. So I got really tired of the commute back and forth, back and forth, back and forth every single day. So I would be spending like at least 2 hours a day in traffic, just sitting in traffic. So I got really tired of it. So one year I decided I was going to apply to live in the dorms, in the residence at the university. And the way that this university works is when you apply to live in the dorms, and if you get accepted, you fill out a questionnaire of kind of what sort of personality type you are, and the university does the best that it can to match you up with the kind of same type of personality that you have, so there's not as much conflict sort of thing. So, and I'm sorry if I get kind of nervous and anxious in this story, a traumatic event happened to me during this time while I was living in this dorm. So I'm going to try and avoid that time as much as I possibly can, but if I do come close to it, I might start to like I'm doing now. I'm dissociating a little bit. So let's just get back into the story of the bitch. So move-in day comes, I'm all excited. So I have all of my clothes and everything just like Snooki, all packed in garbage bags in the back of my Pontiac Grand Am GT, moving into this dorm, and they set you up with 4. So at this time in my life, I was morbidly obese. I will insert a picture. I'm not kidding. Over 300 pounds at one point. I was morbidly obese at this point in my life. And so I was really shy. I did not want to talk to people. I didn't want people to see me. I didn't want people to look at me. So I wouldn't talk to people because I was really self-conscious about myself. So, coincidentally, they set me up with this girl in my dorm who I got along with so well. We had so much in common. She was so cool. Like we just became super tight, super quick. Like we were besties like that. And she lived in my dorm, so that was fantastic. And she was the only person in the entire complex that I got along with and that I wanted to talk to or hang out with, because everybody else was intimidating to me. So events transpire, la 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 la. We go through the school year, and because of things that happened, I dropped out of university. So I moved out of the unit, and I So I dropped out of the unit. I moved into my own place, and this place was bloody effing terrible. This was my first apartment of my own that was not like the university residence. And there was a mold problem in the basement. Like my stuff smelled for years after. Like it was so bad. It was so bad. Anyway, I moved into my own place that was terrible. And I stayed there for a little while. And me and this girl just continued to be friends and continued to have our friendship grow. She was always at my house. I was always at her house. Like we were just tight like that, you know? You just have one of those friends who you're super tight with. And at the time, she was living with her boyfriend, and I really liked her boyfriend. He was really quiet. He was a really sweet guy, you know, didn't say much, didn't do much. He just kind of did whatever she told him to do because she was a bitch. But you know, he's a nice guy. So eventually they broke up. Eventually her and her boyfriend broke up, and she needed a new place to live. And just like all young people do, we decide, wouldn't it be fantastic if we moved in together? feel like anybody who's over the age of like 25 just knows that that's just not the greatest of ideas, you know? But we decided it was going to be a fantastic idea. So we start looking for a house together, and we decide that her brother should come and live with us too. So that way we have 3 people paying the rent, so we can get a bigger house, and it's going to be fan-frickin-tastic, right? Right? You can fully still see the bruise on my head. God damn it. I tried to move. Who the fuck steps on a rake? I step on a rake.
Oopsie, I don't wanna. Oopsie daisy, that was way too much. Oh my god, that was bit. Oh my god. What the heck have you done? Got her.
Come on, Heather. Come on, Lee. Come on. Come on.
Sure. We're just gonna roll with the homies. Anybody else remember the movie Clue? That movie was bloody fantastic. I feel like a heifer. Ugh, get off of me. Honestly, wish I could do that to some people. Not get off me because like people aren't all up on me, but like just get away from me. Ugh, get away from me. Not even just with the COVID. I mean, just in general.
I got distracted. What was I saying? Right. So we all find a house. And it was great for a couple of months. Now we all had our little things that we did that pissed each other off, you know. Not doing the dishes, not cleaning the bathroom, la 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 la. We all did shit that pissed each other off, okay? We were all lazy assholes. We were all lazy teenagers. We all did shit that pissed each other off. And I will be the first to say, I am a bloody slob. I'm a bloody slob, but she knew this going into it. She knew this because we lived together before. It was not a surprise, okay? I'm not shy about it. It's just like Eliza says about girls being bloody effing messes. We're basically monsters. When nobody's watching, it's true. It's true. So yeah, I'll be the first to admit I'm a bloody fucking slob. But that's one of the main reasons why I live alone. So I can be a slob and the only person that it bothers is nobody. Because I don't give a shit. So we'll start with her brother. We'll call him the idiot. The idiot decided he wanted to get a dog, and the landlord was cool with this. Not a problem, whatever. Nice. Now I'm thinking he's gonna get like a normal sized dog for a rental home. You know what I'm saying? But no. This fresh 20-year-old working on the rigs, freshly moneyed little bitch, decided he wanted to get a horse of a dog. A horse of a dog. Literally, when he walked through the door with this dog, I thought, what the fuck is that? And like, I love dogs. Every dog. Every size of dog. Well, maybe not pugs. Their face, I just don't know, they kind of freak me out a little bit. It's fine, whatever. Anyway, I love dogs. I'm a huge dog person. So I'm allergic to cats, so I can't have cats. So dogs are the bomb.com. I'm allergic to dogs. I'm allergic to everything. Love dogs. Hashtag must love dogs. But the dog he rescued was huge. It was a huge dog. It was too big for the apartment. It was too big for him, especially since he worked out of town for like 2 weeks out of the month, 2-3 weeks out of the month. Like he was only home for a week. Like why would you get a huge ass dog just to leave it with your roommates all the time? And let me tell you, we'll get there. We'll get there. So moving on to the bitch. At the time, her and I worked at the same restaurant, and what she would like to do was to pick up guys that would come into the restaurant and go home with them. So she would not be home a lot of the time, and when she was home, she would have random people in her bedroom, making a lot of sounds. A lot of sounds. Like, bitch, I don't need to hear you to know that you have somebody in there. Like, this is not Pornhub. We're not producing shit. Just shut up. Just shut up. But moving on. So because she was not home a lot of the time, or otherwise indisposed, I was stuck taking care of this big dog. And I loved this dog. He was such a good dog. I was stuck taking care of him, but he had a very turbulent life, obviously, because his person was not there and I wasn't his person, even though I fed him, I gave him water, he slept in my room at night, I made sure he went for walkies, we went outside. He may as well have been my dog, to be perfectly honest, at that point. Like, why would... So things progressed through the house and we all continue to do all these little things that annoy each other. And so something that they would both do that would really piss me off was every time it'd be time to pay like the bills and stuff for utilities and internet and all that bullshit, be like, oh, can I get you back later? La 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 la. This, that, the third. Me being the pushover that I was always like, sure, no problem. Big problem. And like, I was such a fucking pushover at this time. I was such a huge pushover that the bitch ruined my birthday. Okay, side story. The time the bitch ruined my birthday. So, it was my 23rd birthday, and we were gonna go out to the bar, right? So it was gonna be me, the bitch, the new guy she was sleeping with, and my other friend, we'll call her Boston Pizza. You know who you are. So me, the bitch, her new fling, Boston Pizza's boyfriend, and his friends. So we're all pre-gaming at our house, me and the bitch's house, right? Getting drunk, getting ready, having fun. And it's around 8:30, 8:39-ish, I would say. And the bitch is wasted. 9 sheets to the wind, she is gone. And I'm like, shit. She's not gonna be able to get into the club. She's not gonna be able to get in the club. They're not gonna let her in because the bitch is drunk as fuck. So me and Boston Pizza are still, you know, pre-gaming, having fun, whatever, doing our little thing. And so I get the bitch start just, you know, drinking water. Get her calm down a little bit so, you know, we can get our asses in the club. But no. So finally, it's around 10:30, 11, around the time we start, you know, rolling out of the house to go to the bar. And because of the number of the group of people that we have that are going to the bar, we have to do 2 trips. Now, Boston Pizza's boyfriend's friend is the one who is going to be the designated driver. And he has this really nice muscle car that he's obviously put money into. Like, he obviously cares about this car. And so he takes all of Boston Pizza's friends, or boyfriend, like all of his friends first to the bar, you know, because they're gonna have to stand in line, because girls don't have to stand in line because, you know. So he comes back, we all pile into his really nice car. And the bitch is still intoxicated. She's still intoxicated. So it was Boston Pizza, her boyfriend's friend who was driving, me, the bitch, and the bitch's fling were in the car. So me, the bitch's fling, we were in the back seat of the car together, and the other three were in the front seat of the car together. And the bitch passes out, just straight passes out in this car. So I'm sitting there thinking, you know, that's probably good. She probably needs to have a little bit of a nap. Because I'm still thinking that they're probably not going to be letting her into this club because she's that inebriated. Like, you can't go into a club being that drunk. They're not going to let you in. You're just going to cause problems at that point for them. So she's napping in the backseat of the car, and we're almost there, and this club is downtown. So we are downtown adjacent at this point. And the way that this guy is going, we're kind of in like a back alley. Sorry, my light keeps like going, it's fine. So we're in a back alley and driving to this club. And she wakes up out of this sleep like a fucking zombie coming to life, like literally, I'm gonna barf. And then proceeds to barf all over the back of this beautiful car. And so this poor gentleman, who is our designated driver, is like, oh, hell no! So he pulls over and we push the bitch out of the car, and she's still, you know, puking all over the road kind of thing. And of course, we're in an alley, downtown adjacent. So who pulls up behind us? Whoop, whoop, that's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop, that's the sound of the beast.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
Hey, officer. She's fine. No, it was my birthday. We were gonna go to a club. No, we're not going now. Yeah, we're taking her home. Yeah, I live with her. Yeah. So she finishes puking on the side of the road. We load her back into the car. The disgusting car now. God damn it. Like, god damn it. And Boston Pizza's friend takes us back to me in the bitch's house. So we all get out. This poor guy's trying to clean out his car. This poor guy, this poor guy. He's trying to clean out his car while we load the bitch into the house and try and get her settled down into bed. So at this point, I'm telling Boston Pizza, you know, just go to the club, go meet your boyfriend, have a fun time, or was he there? I can't remember. Go have a fun time with your boyfriend. It was her birthday too, like we share a birthday, so I'm really sorry I ruined our birthday if you watch this. But I love you. So at least there's that. That's not a good consolation prize, bitch. It's really not. But I do love you, so I mean, yay, love. What's up, Boston Pizza? Anyway, so I'm like, Boston Pizza, go to the club, please. Don't let her ruin your birthday too. Like, just please go have fun. So Boston Pizza leaves, and she goes to the club. And she didn't want to, like, she didn't want to go to the club. She was really sweet. She was like, no, are you sure? I don't want to leave you. Like she's a really nice girl. We love Boston Pizza, okay? Not the restaurant, the girl. And so, so the night goes on, and obviously it's still my birthday, so there's still alcohol in the house, so I'm still going to be drinking it. So me and the bitches fling start drinking together. Now, that was an interesting conversation that we had that night. And as we are just getting shit-faced in the living room, I hear her stumble and fall out of bed and go into the bathroom. Now this might be a little bit too much information for some people, so TMI warning, but sometimes when you're really drunk, really drunk, and you puke, you also pee yourself at the same time. So I spent my 23rd birthday cleaning up my ex-best friend from the bathroom floor in a pile of puke and piss. That's how much of a pushover I was. I should have left her ass to do all of that in her own goddamn bed and went to the club with my real friend Boston Pizza. You bitch. Ruin everything fun for me. And I made her a goddamn cake for her birthday, like... God, I was such a pushover. So yeah, every time they would be like, oh, can I just pay you like in a couple of days or whatever? I would always be like, yeah, fine, whatever. Because like I had no backbone. I couldn't stand up for myself. I couldn't be like, no, bitch, give me the money now because you still haven't paid me for last month. And they would do that every month. Every month. It would be like, oh, I can't right now, la la la. They would give me excuse, whatever, or just not even mention it. And I would be so much of a friggin' douche that I would be too much of a to say anything. Like, I wouldn't say anything. Stand up for yourselves. Stand up for your damn selves. Like, god damn it. Oh my god. Anyway, so all this continues in the house for a couple of months, and she actually continues to see that fling from my birthday this entire time. So good for her, I guess. And so yeah, so sorry, she's still seeing this guy, and eventually things start to boil over as they do. And we all just kind of get sick of everybody else's shit. And one thing leads to another, and we get kicked out of the house. Now, there are several things that lead up to that, including the landlord entering the home without permission, and the idiot's dog biting the landlord. So, we get kicked out of the house. What the feck ever. At this point, I'm dating my ex-fiance, and she, as I mentioned, is still with this guy who is selling substances at the time in different cities. And they got pregnant. She was also sampling some stuff. Maybe she began sampling them while we were still living together. She admitted that shit to me. I know she fucking did. I feel really sorry for that baby. I really hope she's not still doing that. For the baby's sake, at least. And as we're doing the whole, you know, packing up our ish business and everything like that, rounding up everything, I decide I want to grow a backbone. Why now of all times? I don't know. Maybe I just finally had enough of her shit. I don't know, but I decided I was gonna stand up for myself. And so we go outside and we start having a smoke. And by this time we'd already been kind of like, you know, bitchy with each other in text messages and things like that. And so she says to me, you know, we're not going to talk about anything. We're not going to talk about anything. And I'm like, there's not really anything to talk about. Like, bitch, you owe me over $2,000 fucking dollars at this point. And she had nothing to say to me. She put out her smoke and she walked away and cranked up the thermometer for the heat, even though I'd already canceled the utilities. Like, she was just doing petty shit like that at that point. Like, why would you do that? And so at that point we had pretty much packed up all the shit. She packed up all of her shit, which she expected me to do for some fucking reason. Like, oh, I was in a different city with my boyfriend and you couldn't pack up the kitchen. Like, it's all your shit in the kitchen. Like, why am I packing? And at this point, it wasn't just her who owed me like that much money for things. Like, her brother owed me almost $1,500 for things too. Cause like I would always like pay for the food or you know, if we went to a movie or whatever, I would always pay for everything. Like cause I had 2 jobs. I was working my fucking ass off at that time. And they just took advantage of it. Like, I would just pay for everything. I would drive them everywhere. I'd always pay for gas. Like, it was always me. So we have our final blow up and I'm like, good. Like, get the fuck out. Everything's pretty much done. I'll clean the house. Like, you know what? You figure out how to get your damage deposit back. Just go away. And so her and her boyfriend got into his little car and they drove off into the sunset, and I never saw her pathetic little ass again. Too bad it wasn't I'd never heard from her little pathetic ass again. I put on eyeliner. So yes, she rode off into the sunset with her dealer boyfriend, never to be seen from it. Never to be seen again. However, like I said, fortunately, still heard from her. Once. So. However, that was not the last time she screwed me over. So remember how I said I told her I would do like that.
I have a head injury. That actually hurt.
I do the cleaning of the house and everything like that. Like, you know, wash the walls, la la la. Everything you have to do when you move out of a house. So I was doing that by myself because she was gone. Her brother, I don't remember where he was. He was not there. And so it was just me. And the day comes where it's move out day and I still have a couple of things to do. Or, you know, key exchange day. I still have a couple of things to do in this house before I hand over the keys. Still have to wash a couple walls, that kind of thing. And I find out that her brother, aka the idiot, had arranged a meeting with our landlord, who also was not the brightest bulb in the box, to get our damage deposit back before I had gotten there to finish the cleaning. So they stole an extra couple $100 from me in that damage deposit. And I freaked out. I freaked the feck out. Like, who wouldn't? Like, why? What landlord does that? Like, why would you give the entire damage deposit to one of the residents after he knew shit had gone down? I called him, losing my mind, and the bastard hung up on me. And at this point, I was at my parents' house because, you know, I was in the middle of moving into a new house and freaking out over the fact that I had just gotten screwed over by the person who I thought was my friend. And so, of course, my mom sees me having this absolute bloody effing meltdown and goes into mama bear mode. And she goes, nope, not gonna fly. So we all load into the car. My mom, my little sister, and my dad. And we go to the house because the landlord is still at the house. And at this point, I am so upset. I'm crying, like I am on the verge of throwing up. I have a very nervous disposition, anxiety disorder, and it's not cool. So I literally couldn't even speak at this moment. So I don't know what my mom had said to him because like I literally just walked into the house and started doing the work that needed to be done with my little sister. And she was so sweet, she helped me. Thank you. Thank you, Murmur. And so yeah, we just went in, we did the rest of the cleaning. I picked up what was left of the damage deposit. And I don't know what my mom said to him, but he actually apologized to me and admitted he was wrong in doing what he did, and he was very wrong in doing what he did. Like, why would you give that much? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter now. Also, I get asked this question a lot. Yes, these are my real eyelashes. It was the one thing I was blessed with, was long eyelashes. Also, my one and only party trick is being able to put on mascara without having to use a mirror. So then a couple years go by, not hearing from this girl, which I'm okay with. Until one day, one faithful day, when I get a message.
I know you hate me,
True.
and you have more than enough reason to.
Again. True.
I've been thinking about you a lot lately, and I'm really sorry I fucked you around.
I haven't been thinking about you, and I don't give a shit.
I don't expect you to talk to me or forgive me.
Well, that's good because that shit's never gonna happen.
I just needed to tell you.
I don't care.
Sorry, man.
Now, you might be thinking, you know what, Joe? She at least apologized. You know what? She was, you know, grown enough to apologize. However, I don't care about that. Because you see, the thing about me is that I am super loyal. I'm hella loyal. I will do pretty much anything for my friends or the people that I love. I don't really care. But the second that you cross that line with me, that person's gone. That person doesn't exist anymore. I don't care about you or your life or what happens for the rest of it. And I can hold on to a grudge like a mother bitch. So I let her know. You are absolutely right. I do hate you. And I have more than enough reason to. You are one nasty piece of work, and I could have gone my whole life without hearing from you and been fucking happy about that. I don't want to hear your pathetic excuse of an apology. I don't give a flying fuck about what you need to do to make yourself feel like less of a cunt. I don't want to hear anything from you unless it's I have the mass amount of money I fucked you out of. I'm not fucking sorry, man. Do not contact me again. And then I blocked her ass. Because, to be perfectly honest, I know for a bloody effing fact that I am never going to get that money back from her or her brother. And I just have to chalk it up as a loss and learn a lesson. But to be perfectly honest, even though I felt like a badass sending that message and being like, ooh, burn on you, ooh, that shit really hurt me. What she did really hurt me, and now it's really hard for me to trust people and to make friends, especially friends who are female. And I know not every female is the same, I know that for a fact, but it makes it really hard for me to open up to people and try and get close, you know what I'm saying? So that's the story of the bitch and the scars that she left. And to be perfectly honest, you know what? If I saw her in the street today, I probably would still have an anxiety attack. Thanks, anxiety. I don't think I would say anything to her. What is there really to say? Now that I am older, because all that exchange took place like 5 years ago. Now that I'm older, you know, I really hope that she got her shit together, and I hope that, you know, she's living her life for her child, because that's how it should be. And I'm sitting in my bathroom doing my makeup, talking to a camera. Oh, the roads life will take you down. So funny and strange. Anyway, I'm gonna do my hair and then go to Walmart because I hope you guys enjoyed this story. If you stuck around for the whole thing, I'm sorry. I know it was a bit long and a bit rambly. I, again, have a head injury and I'm not all there. Don't go to a job interview with a head injury, by the way. It's hard to form coherent sentences that make you sound intelligible. Was that a coherent sentence? Did I use the word intelligible now? I think I did. I have a Tinder message. Anyway, I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, whatever you see this, if you see this, cool. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok and now my Twitter. I will post all those links down below. I'll also post the links to the other stories that I mentioned down below. Let me know if you want to know any of the products that I used on my face hole. Face hole? Bit? Okay, it's a face hole now. And let me know if you want to know any other stories of the bitch, because I have more. There's a few more. Oh god, there's a few more. I probably won't be doing another paranormal story for a little while because some things have started to happen in my life that I don't like. So I'm just not going to talk about it for a little while and hopefully everything goes away. Okay. Like this video if you did like the video. Subscribe if you want to subscribe to me and give me warm fuzzy feelings on the inside, because who the hell doesn't want warm fuzzy feelings on the inside? Also, Janeway commands it, so who can say no to Janeway? The Borg. the board can say no to Janeway. Awkward.